Pack your cars and make the trip to Lake Placid, New York, Bobcat fans. The top-seeded and your Quinnipiac University Bobcats onto the ECAC semifinals, hoping to win a White Law Cup in Lake Placid, New York next weekend. Welcome inside the Rebound, presented by Q30 Television and Q30 Sports. Alongside Andrew Badillo, I'm Morey Hershgordon, here to break down a 6-3 victory for the Quinnipiac Bobcats in Game 3 of an ECAC quarterfinal against 8th-seeded Cornell. Quinnipiac takes the series 2-1, Andrew, and it was a dominating performance from start to finish, but the start was crucial.
Yeah, certainly, Morey. I mean, after last night's game, a tough second period for the Bobcats. They wanted to get out going in this game, and they very much did that. 2 minutes into the game, 2-0 off the stick of Bo Peeper and Scott Davidson. A great start for the Bobcats, and it's been something that's been a little inconsistent for them in the second half of the season. Those fast starts, they wanted to get on top of the Big Red in Game 3, give them no reason to want to fight back into this game. They're a big physical team, and they've given the Bobcats trouble in the past. Always been a close game. However, this one was far from it.
The Big Red did, though, however, give Quinnipiac a tough time in the beginning of the second period. It nets a goal to cut it to 2-1, but from there, it was over.
Certainly, Morey. I mean, it was such a difficult second period last night for the Bobcats and Michael Gartig. Michael Gartig really shined in that second period. He made many good saves. The Bobcats outscored the Big Red 3-0 in that period. The Big Red took a lot of dumb penalties where they were clutching and grabbing, as Soren Janssen said in the post-game presser, making it really hard for the Bobcats not to retaliate, but they didn't retaliate, something that they did do in the second game, and it got them in trouble, got them off their game plan. Quinnipiac wants to play a fast style of play. Cornell wants to inhibit that, getting whistles blown, calling penalties, 4-on-4 hockey, trying to make it as hard for the Bobcats to sort of spread the ice and score and use their speed as possible. Tonight, however, the Bobcats didn't play into that. They played really solid in the third period. Gartig was great, and their depth really showed off as well.
The speed, the athleticism, the sleekiness of this Bobcats team really going to pay off when it goes to Lake Placid, a much wider ice, more room to roam. That depth is crucial for the Bobcats as it looks to make the championship game for the first time since 2007.
For sure, Morey, and it's something that the Bobcats haven't really done well going up to Lake Placid, playing well. You would think that with the bigger sheet, their speed, they would utilize their speed and quickness to their advantage. However, it has been tough for them in past years. Morey, 11 different players scored this weekend for the Bobcats. That's tremendous. Associate head coach Bill Riga said it in the post-game presser that they love it when they can roll four lines. I mean, you see their fourth line. Tim Clifton is on that line. He's one of the points leaders on this team. But you got contributions, huge contributions from the second and third line this whole weekend. Players like Bo Peeper, KJ Tiffenworth, Scott Davidson also on the fourth line. You saw Chase Prisky net 2 goals in Game 2. Contributions from not only the fourth line, but also the defense as well.
The depth has been huge for teams up here at the TD Bank Sports Center. On the ice, the women's ice hockey team makes the NCAA tournament for the second consecutive season, hosts a game for the first time in program history. Same goes for Ren Pecknell squad. Now let's look to its opponent, Andrew. The 7th-seed Dartmouth Big Green come in to Lake Placid after sweeping the number 2 seed Yale Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, it caught everyone by surprise. It was the only quarterfinal series to go to, well, it was one of the only quarterfinal series in which the away team won. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words there a little bit. But yeah, big surprising win for the Big Green, going into Ingles and defeating Alex Line and the Yale Bulldogs. Not many expected it to happen, but Dartmouth has posed troubles for Quinnipiac as well. This year, Quinnipiac handled them pretty well home, beat them 6-3 back in November. But it was a much different story in January when the Bobcats went up to New Hampshire to play the Big Green. It was a really, really tough game. Bobcats won that game 7-5, but they came back twice in that game from large deficits. You saw contributions from a lot of different players. Bo Peeper had a big goal in that game as well. He had a nice game tonight. So it's going to be a really exciting game, I think. The Bobcats have a good chance to advance to the championship game for the first time in its program history. And, you know, it should just be a really exciting game. I mean, the Big Green have great players like Charles Grant, their goaltender, had a great series against Yale. And also Jack Berry is a solid player up forward for the Big Green. Quinnipiac is going to have to do a lot of great things, pressure Grant, and also be careful not to take dumb penalties, spread the ice, use their speed, and also make sure that they sort of collapse on the penalty kill and don't let Dartmouth's forwards sort of have a lot of room on the power play.
So there you have it. It's the 7th seed and upstart Dartmouth Big Green against the top-seeded Quinnipiac Bobcats. A showdown Friday afternoon at 4:30. The other semifinal is Harvard against St. Lawrence about 30 minutes after the first semifinal game, and it's all said and done on Saturday night for the White Lock Cup in Lake Placid. For more information and exclusive coverage about the #1 team in the nation, don't forget to check out our website at q30television.com and check out this guy and all of his hockey beat reporters on Twitter at Q30Sports. For Dylan Fearon, who has done a tremendous job filming 3 games this weekend, Andrew Badillo, I'm Morey Hershgordon. We'll see you in Lake Placid.